Video cameras, and you alluded to the body cams for officers. Elgin got a grant for body cams this past week.
Yeah, Christy Hilton put together a fantastic grant that was very competitive, very short time frame, and 3 cities in the entire state, I think 70 or so in the entire country, were awarded these grants. Chicago was awarded $1 million. We were awarded $250,000, and I think it was Lake County Sheriff's Office awarded $70-something thousand. So it's, I mean, it's unbelievable that we were able to get this grant, the quick turnaround, and just shows the quality of the work that Christy put into it. But yeah, it's a matching grant. It's very expensive. Talked about it at the council, so it's $250,000 grant, but it's matched then by another $250,000, and we'll be able to get a entire body camera system up and running, because the cameras themselves are one thing. It's the back end, it's the storage. It's when people want to FOIA it and see what FOIA, when I say that, Freedom of Information Act. So if somebody wants to see what happened on a certain call, they can, ask for a copy of the video. Now the law has kind of restricted that a little bit, but I won't go into too much detail with it. But it's going to be very labor intensive on the back end with how to store that, how to get it out, how to let the prosecutors get a copy of it. So it's going to be expensive, and but I think it's very important. The council unanimously, or I think they just talked about it. I don't know if they did anything more. We just did a presentation on it at the council meeting. And everybody seems to be in support of it, because there's too much he said, she said out there, and the camera's a nice third-party independent watcher, overseer of what's happening. And so when we show up and Roy says this happened, and you say that happened, and I say this happened, and all of us are talking about it, the camera will at least have the audio and video of what exactly happened. And usually, because it's a camera, it can fail, it can be pointing the wrong way, it could be not turned on when it was supposed to have been turned on. There's a lot of things that could happen, but we're really managing expectations for everybody, so they don't think that every single call, every single time, there'll be a great video of what exactly happened, and as soon as there's not a video of it, it's, aha, see, the police are hiding it. We don't want people to think that every single call is always going to be recorded. That's the goal, but we'll see how we do. So we're testing about 5 different brands right now. About 8 officers are wearing them, from their hats to their glasses to their chest, and just taking the different views and seeing how it works. And so we're excited about it. We're very excited to have gotten this grant, and it says a lot about the Elgin Police Department being able to put together the grant, because part of it was, what are you already doing with technology? They didn't want to dump technology into a place that's not using technology, give them grant money, and have them not understand technology, have them not be able to put together a program. But we're already doing so much, whether it's the Real-Time Information Center, all the things we're doing online, leads online. We've got a lot of technological suites within the police department that we use. And so I think the Department of Justice read our grant application and said, they're pretty comfortable with technology, and they gave us the grant. So we are, or as the mayor corrected me at the council meeting, we weren't awarded the grant. I forget how he put it, but we deserved it. Earned it. There you go. Thank you.
Right.
That's what he said. We earned the grant. So that was a nice. What's that?
That's why I'm here.
That's right. Instant offense, we call him. First day, and he comes through. Thanks.
I think it probably has to go ahead and not only give more positive reinforcement to the officers out there in the department in general, but it also has to go ahead and bring a certain element of peace of mind for the officers' safety as well. You see some of these things that have gone on in the past weeks and months involving officers, and hearing about the officer up in Fox Lake and things like that. And were there body cameras being implemented, that certainly would give a greater support to investigations when something happens. I would think that is a pretty important factor of all of this as well, no?
Yeah, having a camera after an incident, we have them now in our squad cars, and they're invaluable. I mean, we have cameras in our squad cars. Officers have microphones, so when something happens on a call, we'll routinely go back and look at the video and see what it showed. We do a lot with our security through surveillance and the cameras that are around town. And so having, because even something happened in this room, if right now Steve Thorne's sitting behind you, petting his dog, and if something happened and all of a sudden we asked you, Roy, well, you were in the room, what happened? Well, I wasn't looking that way. So just because you're close to something doesn't mean you see what happens. And so when you have cameras, you have different vantage points and multiple cameras, cars, people. I think people just want to, I think everyone, after any incident, want to get to the truth, find out what really happened, and then people can agree or disagree as to whether or not it was appropriate. So I think having more cameras out there and having people see what's going on, it's almost expected in today's day and age with so much technology. But yeah, the officer safety with all the things that are happening, camera won't necessarily keep an officer safe, but it will allow for them to, you know, if not physically safe, at least if people are making accusations against their character or against the way they said that they handled a call for service or spoke to someone, it can protect an officer that way.
Now, and you did allude to